Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about having a Scorpio Sun and a Pisces Ascendant in a natal chart. Well, these signs are compatible by sign. They are both water signs. They're both feminine signs. They're both introverted. They are both intuitive. They have strong emotional nature. Both these signs, they could be strongly about feelings and having intuitive hunches. And the thing about this is you have the discrepancy, though, even though they are compatible by sign, is that you have Scorpio as a fixed sign and Pisces is mutable. And having the Scorpio energy is obviously can be very resolute, very intractable, and really not always very adaptable. And you have Pisces Ascendant, which of course is very adaptable, can make the most of adverse circumstances, is more apt to have more adaptable to change in his or her life. And what this does is this makes this person this person will be more adaptable and pliable and more apt to make compromises in changing of mind, as opposed to the typical Scorpio Sun. And we look at this, and the Scorpio Sun may actually help give this Pisces Ascendant person a little bit more direction and perhaps less ambiguity and ambivalence. Now, when you look at the sun sign and the rising sign, okay, the sun sign represents our basic wants, and the ascendant or rising sign could represent the manner or method in which one attains these basic wants. So for the sun in Scorpio, the basic wants can be connected with transformation, regeneration, control, power, solving, investigating mysteries, digging deep. And sex, I know sex could be prominent in all zodiac signs, but I think it's a little more pronounced with Scorpio, so I do consider a strong basic want for Sun and Scorpio people. And when you have the Pisces Ascendant, well, this person might go about one or more of these things in a more passive, docile, and gentle manner than the typical Scorpio Sun. They may not come across quite as formidable or overpowering, but they could still pursue these Scorpio basic wants, but in a lighter manner, of course. And this could be a person that may be able to do this through one or more of these Scorpio basic ones, through idealism, through Pisces compassion, such as the transformation, regeneration might be done through perhaps their own. It might incorporate idealism into this. May really it may come through one or more maybe Pisces like careers. It could be done maybe somehow through the metaphysical, through spirituality, religion, perhaps this transformation, regeneration. The thing as far as having control and power, they may be able to inject this maybe in a one or more Pisces like vocation. It can be something perhaps connected with boating. It could be somebody that becomes like maybe like a cruise director, or somebody that I guess you could say something connected with water. It could be somebody in, for example, in oceanography or fishing, and maybe something gives them, it could give them this control and power, even maybe if it's in a quiet way. This person, Scorpio Sun, can be connected, as far as the investigation and investigating or enamored with mysteries. Well, this could be somebody that could investigate this in Pisces-like way, perhaps through like photography, videography. This could be the person that can work as a detective, but work strongly like in the video type realm, or something connected with film or filmography, and be able to help deduce mysteries this way. This person might be the one that could help transform others using the Scorpio transformation regeneration ability in this basic want, and maybe do so with people that are less fortunate, which is really about Pisces interest is helping those often less fortunate, such as the oppressed, the impoverished, the homeless, and maybe help by transforming them, giving them hope for having better lives, being a motivational speaker, for example, for these people, or actually literally helping them out in terms whether it might be funds or giving them resources or what have you. Well, anyway, it's important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between the Scorpio Sun and Pisces Ascendant, as this can indicate how these energies may integrate or not necessarily integrate as well. Now, in many cases, you will have the trine aspect between these energies. And let's say, for example, you have a Scorpio Sun at 8 degrees and a Pisces Ascendant at 5 degrees. This is auspicious, and it could indicate even better positive blending and integration of these signs. These signs are already compatible by sign. They are trine by sign. I should say they are trine by sign. But if you have the trine aspect that is made between them, you would even have a better integration. And now let's say, however, you can have an out of sign inconjunct aspect take place. Let's say that the Scorpio Sun is 1 degree and the Pisces Ascendant is 28 degrees. Well, this would be an out of sign inconjunct aspect, which could be adverse. And even though the signs are still compatible by sign, there might be a little, even if this person is not cognizant of their placements, they might feel maybe somewhat misconstrued or misunderstood by others, which can cause some inner exasperation and tension, perhaps. Now, you could also have an out of sign square aspect take place. Let's say that the Scorpio Sun is at 29 degrees and the Pisces Ascendant is at 2 degrees. Well, this would form an out of sign square aspect, and that could be adverse and adversarial as well, and just like the inconjunct, or at least similar to the inconjunct aspect that I described before. Now, also look at the house placement of the Scorpio Sun, because even though the Pisces rising energy may suppress the Scorpio Sun energy to some degree, the Scorpio Sun energy may still come out at least somewhat prominently in that particular house that it is posited in. Now, let's say the Scorpio Sun is in the 7th house. Well, this person might show that emotional intensity, that resourcefulness, and maybe that ability to transform maybe people in their partnerships, relationship situations, and it could indicate that this person, could be a formidable adversary, perhaps, or be formidable against their open adversaries, or in a courtroom type situation. Now, let's say that the Scorpio Sun is posited in the 8th house. Well, it's in, as many of you know, the 8th house does correspond with the sign Scorpio. So this might give a little stronger Scorpio energy to this, and this person might bring this strong emotional intensity of the Scorpio Sun into matters maybe connected with the astrology, the occult, supernatural, and maybe into matters connected with sex, with their sexual partner, now if applicable. Now, let's say that the Scorpio Sun is posited in the 9th house. Well, this energy may be dissipated to some degree because the 9th house is a cadent house, and the energy generally is not going to be as strong of the planets in cadent houses. However, this Scorpio energy, the emotional intensity, the resourcefulness may come out strongly in matters perhaps pertaining to in-laws if applicable. There might be maybe issues maybe with some kind of control or power, perhaps with them in some isolated cases maybe. And you might see that this emotional intensity come out maybe in matters connected with higher education and long distance traveling, and also their philosophical nature perhaps as well. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for having the Sun in Scorpio and a Pisces Ascendant in a natal chart. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about having a Sagittarius Sun and an Aries Ascendant in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.